Alright, David Harry here, and in this video I'm just going to be doing a little vloggy thing, which is in reference to a video that I done last week, which was questioning should you get older one of these Insta360 One R systems immediately or wait to see, you know, what it's all going to be about. Anyways, what it is, just to be like kind of quick and straight to the point here, I just wasn't that impressed with the footage that I'd seen after like Insta had released that embargo on the footage. Now, the 360 stuff looked amazingly impressive. I thought that looked great. But for me personally, I do not have an interest in 360 like shooting and stuff like that. I mean, if I had one of those systems, I'd probably use it for 5 minutes. It'd probably go in a drawer or locked in a box somewhere, and I'd probably like never revisit it again. So for me, it's not really my bag. Now, I'm more interested in vloggy stuff, or at least using a small camera with a good microphone system as well to record good picture and good dialogue. Now, here's where I think I was quite disappointed. Right, the actual 4K module, which basically would give the Insta a similar look and a similar kind of like, you know, usability as say a Hero 8 or a DJI Osmo Action. So basically an action camera. The stuff that I've seen, I just wasn't that impressed with it at all. I was expecting something that was gonna give, you know, something better immediately than any other action cam out there, and it just didn't for me. I just didn't see anything that kind of blew me socks off or anything like that. So for that particular 4K module, I thought that was somewhat of a letdown. Also as well, I was kind of like hearing people keep on, you know, they kept on saying, you know, this is kind of like pre-production hardware and the software isn't complete and all this stuff. At which point I'm thinking, well, if that's the case, why did Insta give this stuff to people and allow them to put stuff out there if it wasn't going to be representative of what it is that you or I could go out and buy off the back of it? So I thought that was a little bit odd and possibly a bit stupid as well, because it's most certainly put me off it. Now, the next thing there as well, which well, the biggest disappointment was the 1-inch sensor. Now, I'd seen 3 videos using it, and only one of them was kind of like completely all about the 1-inch sensor. So there was something there to do with what was it, Japanese showcase or Japan showcase. In fact, I'll have links in the description to the videos that I'm referencing to here. So that Japan showcase thing was basically some young girl and some young lad going about their thing and being filmed and all the rest of it. Well, at the very best, all I could say about that was, if that was one of these 1-inch sensors that shot the entire video, the best thing I could say about it in its defense was that it was graded and probably looked good on that basis, but it most certainly wasn't giving anything away which would be indicative of what you would be expecting to shoot with that particular system. Now, another couple of things that made me query that particular video. When I first looked at it, I mean, I have to double check to see if it's been re-uploaded or anything, but I couldn't find a 4K version of it. On top of that, I analysed the video and it was 25 frames per second. Now, as far as I understand, that's not meant to do 25 frames per second at the moment. I'm not questioning as to whether or not they actually really did shoot everything on that 1-inch sensor or whether it was augmented with other footage, but there was other traits in the picture as well which kind of didn't seem to be what they said they were recording with, let's put it that way. Anyways, moving on from that, because maybe I'm being unfair questioning it. Now, I'd seen another thing that was shot with the 1-inch sensor, and I thought, that's not particularly good either. It just didn't look right. And more so, the next thing that I watched, its minimum focus distance was absolutely terrible, and you definitely couldn't use it for close vlogging, or at least you couldn't use it and expect it to be sharp on you if you're doing a close vlog thing with it. So that was really disappointing. Now, there was one video that I watched, and although it only had like, you know, a few short clips in it with the little 1-inch module, it was by somebody whose videos I would never question, or somebody who at least I trust their opinion, and that's DC Rainmaker. He does very real world stuff, like proper usage of things. Now in his video, what was really interesting, which I thought was great with, you know, the extra information that he gave out, was that right now that module requires stabilization to be done in post-production. So basically you have to take the footage out the camera, put it into a computer. Maybe you can do it on a phone or a pad, I don't know, but you most certainly can put it into a computer, and then you have to apply the stabilization afterwards. So what happens is there's two files, there's the video file, and then there's also the telemetry file that comes with it as well, which tells the system where to apply the stabilization. So basically you've got to put it in, stabilize it on the computer, and then re-export it, and then you can edit it. Now for me, that is a complete no-no. Now DC Rainmaker basically said, yeah, you know, within a month's time this will all happen in camera. I don't doubt him in any way, but what I do doubt is all these manufacturers who always tell you, yeah, if something isn't there at the start, it's only going to be a month away or whenever, and that month normally ends up being a lot longer than that. And I think we've all seen this happen with DJI and GoPro. So right now you can't stabilize in camera with that particular module, and plus also the stuff that he showed as well, he actually put it up against the, or put it up with the GoPro Hero 8, and I have to say there wasn't really that much in it, to be honest. And if anything, I thought the GoPro still had the edge on it for most things. And again, worst thing for me is that really, like, kind of like it, well, the long or the quite far minimum focus distance, something which will definitely affect vloggers. And then getting on to the last thing here, which is the audio interface, which for me is amazingly important. I've seen one example of it, and the chap who was doing the example basically was on one of them kind of like little monoboard things, and he's traveling down the road, obviously creating breeze and stuff and all the rest of it, and he's on a lavalier, which was a radio type plugged into, you know, the little rig system and his little, you know, USB mic adapter. And I'm sitting there thinking, hold on a minute, you can't even hear what he's doing properly, because he's traveling down a road and creating gusts of wind and stuff like that. And that was the only one thing that I seen to do with it, and that was a very bad example of audio. So with that, I don't think, you know, I've seen anything yet which says to me that it's a vlogging system. Anyways, I'll kind of reel it in here, because I think the points that I'm making here either will or won't resonate with people. So what I'm saying here is, what do you think? If there's anybody out there who's got like GoPro Hero 8 or like Osmo Action or any other kind of like vlogging or action cam system, have you seen enough yet on that Insta system which would make you jump in and grab one of them, as opposed to just sticking with whatever it is that you've got? Okay, so I think that'll do it then for this video, but what I am more interested in here are other people's opinions on this, so please leave your thoughts in the comments section below on this one. Anyways, I'm David Harry, thank you very much for watching this video, take care and goodbye now.